Okay, fair enough. We got some other games we could talk about. The old Denver squad with Jokic, his 17, 16, and 10. It just gets it. He gets it. Murray had 29 and 8. Peyton Watson finished with 27. Nuggets have started 10 and 2 on this season. That's the best start, by the way, since 85, 86. And now they're 13 and 4. And a lot of people are saying, this is the most talented team that Jokic has played on yet. I find that terrifying, Chandler, but also exciting. So if that is true, if they are the most talented team he's had, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at a run to the Western Conference Finals and a doozy of a series against Oklahoma City. I feel whoever Houston matches up with, I think it's top heavy. I think it's OKC, Denver, Houston, and then I think there's a gap between the Lakers, the Spurs, the surprising Phoenix Suns. I think there's a gap there that's different. The Nuggets are really starting to separate themselves. They've been pretty healthy outside of Aaron Gordon going down and Christian Brown going down, and Jokic somehow, some way is having like his best year ever. He did two things last night that I think we're going to show that were just mesmerizing to do.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one time and the one jumper from half court. It's insane the way he plays. And this team is so consistent. Jamal Murray's having a great year. He's looking like he's going to be a first-time All-Star. They're 6-2 at home and they're 6-2 on the road, which I like. And I trust the team more like that. That's consistent both ways. Like the Golden State Warriors, they are not. They are like 5-1 at home and like 4-8 on the road. That's a problem come playoff time, especially when you're a team like the Warriors that aren't going to have home court advantage. The Nuggets are an elite offensive team. They're tied for first. They shoot 50% from the field. Like that is elite. They play offense elite and they're a middle of the pack defense. I love the additions of Valanciunas. I love Bruce Brown coming back there. Peyton Watson has kind of shown flashes of what he can bring to the table. So this team has just been consistent. You hate to see Gordon and Brown go out, but when those guys are back, this team is one of the most versatile, deep, just solid units out there, and you know exactly what you're going to get from them. And it starts off with Jokic, who he just blows my mind every time I watch him play. It's ridiculous. The pass he made last night rocked my socks off.
Yeah, and I
Ooh,
just don't want to
socks
see
rocking.
yeah, socks are rocking. Look, I just don't want this to linger. I want to shine a light on Aaron Gordon. Like he's been one of the best players on his team. He's been a person I feel like has benefited the most with playing with Jokic over these years. And now with him going out, with an injury, they're still being a successful team, but they're going to need him back in the lineup for sure for them to make a deep run. And I also like what Chandler just mentioned. I like the additions as well. I don't think Bruce Brown should have ever left after the championship, but I'm glad he found his way back because I know you got to go out there and go get your cheese, and then you figure out what's best for you and your family. He was able to go get paid. Then he's able to also come back and have another opportunity to compete for a championship. Still think there's a huge gap between them and OKC though. I don't know if this is the
A
battle
huge
that we
gap.
think it's. I do.
Wow.
I think OKC has just done a great job of just putting themselves in a position to be the clear favorite in the West. I don't see them as having a rival right now. I don't see them as having a tough run. I know they had some 7-game series last year. I think that's different. I think that even we're talking about this being Jokic's best team and talent that he's played with. I think OKC is better this year than they were last year, and we still haven't seen them with Jalen Williams. So there's a lot of factors there when we start talking about Western Conference Finals and all of that. Now, I do think that the Denver Nuggets are going to be that team. I don't think it's going to be as competitive as we say, especially with these injuries lingering. So let's see what happens with that.
Interesting, Chandler. Not as competitive as you say. Because do you think they're the closest in
My
the West?
opinion.
I know the standings are a little jumbled, anyways, but it's early. So is anybody else in the West even remotely going to take on the Thunder?
Houston's
I like
solid, but
Houston.
I
I
don't
like
trust
Houston.
them as much. But man, they have talent. The Lakers, obviously, what they do, the way they can score the ball with fully healthy. But no, I think it's going to come down to OKC and Nuggets. And I don't think that gap is that wide, like Lou said.
Hmm.
I think when you have a Jokic and you have a Jamal Murray and you have the depth that they have this year, adding a Cam Johnson instead of Michael Porter, I think made them better. Valanciunas has been solid. Again, Bruce Brown, Strother, that they have guys now that are kind of showing you flashes of what they're capable of. Obviously, the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't know what to say bad about them. Like this could be one of the greatest teams in the history of the NBA. They're 17-1. I think they're going for a historic season this year. They're deeper. they're deeper than the Denver Nuggets, and they've done this without their second best player. They're all defensive player. They're all-star Jalen Williams, so they're going to continue to get better. And I do think it's going to be a competitive series, but I think it's closer than we think because Nikola Jokic is on a mission, and the things that he does on the basketball court are as good as they are defensively on OKC. They're not going to be able to stop this dude. So it's what these other guys can do. How big of X factors can they be? But man, I can't wait.
And
Glad you mentioned that.
And that's why.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was only going to respond to Chandler. Like that's my only hang up when it comes to Denver. You know, the other guys. Can Peyton Watson be this guy consistently, a third option or a third scorer for them? Can he do that consistently while Aaron Gordon is out for 4 to 6 weeks? That's a long time to not have somebody. It's also a long time that we haven't seen Jalen Williams either. Like it's a lot of different factors there. I just think OKC has turned into a plug and play team. I don't know if Denver has established themselves as one of those teams. Like if Jamal Murray goes out, I think we're having a different conversation, especially with Aaron Gordon already being out of the conversation. We see what OKC is doing without Jalen Williams. So that's the tail of it for me for both of these teams. I think OKC can still keep moving. They've proven it already.
I feel like we've teased it long enough. It's excruciating. The Jokic plays. There you go, Chandler. Sit back, relax. Let's take a little Jokic ride. First up.
He's a little shooting around shots in the morning.
Lou, I can't do this though. Like this is like a normal jumper. Like I'm a big
smooth
guy.
Don't sell yourself short, Chandler.
I can't do this.
Like this? There's there's nothing to it.
No, I can do this, Chandler. Don't sell yourself short.
What do you look so cool?
He shoots it like a free throw, Lou. We cannot do this. We cannot do this.
You can do that. Listen, I can shoot that with a fadeaway. You can do this, Chandler. I believe in you.
Well. A challenge has been thrown.
Cue up the dive.
Here we go. Okay, how about? Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna do this one more time because then there's the other.
Now you know what we can do, Chandler. There's no way we can shoot that shot and just not. Oh my God, look at this pass. But there's no chance we can shoot that shot and not show emotion. Now that's something we can't do.
Look at this.
No, it's zero motion. God, that is.
Look at that. To do that with one motion, to not even touch the ball with your other hand and just fling it with your opposite hand. By the way, Peyton Watson was almost surprised. This is a dime. The best pass I've ever seen in my life.
That's smooth. That's one of the best passes I've seen.
Look at the bench. Look at Memphis's bench up here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Watch their bench.
The white dude on the corner was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my God. Look, they was trying to keep their composure best they could, but you're on candid camera, Memphis.
Well, it's so like when
silly.
Your
teammate gets dunked on. Lou, remember when your teammate gets dunked on?
You kind of start grabbing somebody.
They tried to hold it in here, and they couldn't do it. That was a dime.
They shouldn't. Listen, they have front row seats.
That's an incredible pass, and it's easy to play with somebody like that. When a guy can make plays like this, it makes it easy for you to be motivated and want to cut back door and want to get yourself open because you know that ball is going to be delivered and it's going to be on time and you're going to be able to run up your stats playing with somebody like Joker, man.
It's so funny.
There's certain guys that you play with a Rondo and Chris Paul, you keep your hands up. You're not supposed to do that.
I play with Andre Miller. Man, I play with Andre Miller, and it made me so engaged on the offensive end because I knew at any moment if I got open split second, I was getting that basketball. When you play with guys that can play make, and they make it fun to play with them. Listen, bro, Joker is one of those guys, man.
He's a center.
He's center. I love him so much. Truly, tingles. There you go, Chandler. They're the tingles. You keep speaking of
full-blown feelings.
So many feelings in my heart. He's only averaging 30, 13, 11, 1.6 steals, 35 minutes a game, and he's shooting 63% from the field. I love that. He's the guy that everyone says doesn't care about basketball, and then we get to read things like that. Look, the SGA talks loud. I know they are. We're the dogs.
Yeah, this doesn't just. He doesn't just stroll out of bed and do this. This guy works his tail off like this.
Imagine if he loved basketball, what these numbers would be. The SGA talks loud, and I'm sure he hears all of it. So I do kind of think, is this a reminder from him to us? Just so you know, I'm still here, and I'm awesome, and I'm the best.
Here's the only problem. Here's the problem. When the Thunder go 71-11 or 10, whatever it is. That's going to give SGA the nod because his numbers are also ridiculous, and they're going to be the most consistent team. And if there's like a 6 to 10 game gap in between the Thunder and the Nuggets, you have to reward SGA because his numbers are going to be similar. But man, when you look at this, the triple double, the 63%, the way he plays too, he takes jump shots, he takes threes, like he gets to the. It shouldn't happen like this. And there's no look at that. I just got car sick just watching that highlight with him spinning around. It's unbelievable. I just think the team success of the Thunder is inevitably going to outweigh, the team success of the Nuggets, and it's going to give SGA the nod. But you could argue this guy's best statistical season right now, and it's only going to continue to get better, and their team's also going to win a lot of games, so it'll be interesting. We always get confused on how the voting works and stuff. To me, it's the best team, and that's going to probably be SGA. So I think I'd have to give him the nod early, but these numbers are nauseating.
You know
They're
what
amazing.
this makes me think of? This makes me think of Laker fans getting on my case last week because I said Luka has to do something above and beyond to win the MVP. This guy is doing something above and beyond, and we're still talking about him being the runner-up in this MVP conversation. That's how much of a gap it is between these players and what they've been able to do for their respective organizations. Like, again, what Chandler just said, if these guys go out and win 70, 71 games, it really don't matter what your numbers are. His numbers are going to be there. They're going to be similar. He's going to get that nod. Even with you averaging a triple double, even with these passes, even with the half court shots, those things are above and beyond. For Luka to get in this conversation, that third place ain't gonna do it. You're gonna have to walk Jokic down. You're gonna have to walk SGA down because right now there is a clear pecking order of who's the favorite, who's the runner-up, and who's the third place guy when it comes to this MVP race. So right now it's still SGA's to lose.
And you know what? The only way you could kind of fix this is delay the voting till after, like, deeper in the playoffs. Because say
Yeah, which won't
SGA
happen.
does do
But
this,
I don't agree with that.
but Lou, say SGA does what he does in the regular season and they win 70 games, but then they lose first round. Shouldn't that change the vote
Yeah,
a
it
little
should.
bit? Your MVP is,
It
100%.
should.
especially when you got two cats like
It
this putting up these
should
crazy
and it
numbers.
would. But we also know that the playoffs is a little tricky because if I'm playing against Luka or SGA or Jokic, I'm just gonna. It's a concentrated thing. I'm playing a 7 game series. I can take away certain things when I'm just concentrating on you, and that waters down kind of what you're looking at for the game. And especially when it comes to the numbers, don't matter in the playoffs. It's all about doing everything that you can to win games. So bringing that into factor, bringing that into consideration, I think that muddies the water a little bit.
Chandler, 3 MVPs, could easily have 5, especially considering he's the talk up all the way up until the vote each year. Top 15 all time? Is he top 10 all time? And why are there people out there that won't give him that?
Yes, I think we're caught up in nostalgia. We're caught up in other guys' resumes. We're caught up in history that other guys have made before him. But if you look at the game and the statistics and what he's done, the improvements he's made, the championship, I think he's a top 10 basketball player of all time. I think Shaq is the only better, more dominant center, and he's not even close to as skilled as Jokic is, but just sheer dominance and what he did in the NBA. I'd probably still take Shaq number 1 as the best center ever, but I swear I'd probably take Jokic number 2. Like, I've never seen someone do what he does and impact the game like he does, especially at that 5 center position. I know there's greats. There's the Bill Russells, the Kareems, and those guys were unbelievable talents. But I can't overlook what my eyes currently see now, and it's Nikola Jokic. And to me, he's a top 10 NBA player of all time.
Well, who's current in the game right now that's in the top 10? Like, I think it's
LeBron
still
and Steph.
Steph,
That's
yeah.
it, right? So again, and those guys are at the tail ends of their careers. We're talking about a 37 and a 41-year-old. We're talking about guys that anything that they do now is a cherry on top. Jokic is still paving his way. So I think we just have this mentality of let it finish out before we start crowning guys. Because let's say Jokic does all of this and he goes quiet for 7 straight years, like doesn't give us something, doesn't give us anything, and we have this "what have you done for me lately" mentality. That's just how we judge guys. That's how we are. It's not fair, it's not cool, but it is what it is. That's what we do in sports. So you still got to allow him to pave his road, even though he as successful as he is at this current moment. Just want to let him finish out, or at least let him get to the tail end, and then we'll start considering where you are in the all-time list. I think that's what's the difference between him and Steph and LeBron and where people rank them. It's just he's so current right now.
Yeah, the 3 MVPs and the championship. And last year we talked about, is this the best season to never win an MVP?
Mm,
No, because this
no.
season would be,
Big time.
and then probably next season would be when the Thunder go ahead and win 74 games. So again, I think it's just there's such a top heavy team in the Western Conference that's so young and so good in the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's obviously hurting, but we all know LeBron James would have more MVPs too if they voted the best player every single
Also
year
fair.
too. And so that's never how it works. But man, I mean, this dude, come on, like but I like what
Special.
you said too, the Russell Wilson rule, right? The longer he plays, that can kind of hurt his resume. You think that's like Jokic could kind of dabble into that?
Possibly. I don't think that's
He
going to
won't
be
do
the
it.
case. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to put pressure on us for forever until he decides to go away and get more horses. But it's on the table. That's just how we are as sports fans. If you haven't done anything for us lately and you're a legendary guy and you go from hot to cold,
Yeah.
put that on your resume as well. So just let it pan out. Let's see what happens over the next 7, 8 years that we have.
7,
Jokic.
8. He is not playing 7 or 8 more years. No chance.
Hopefully.
Dude, he's 30.
Wow.
He's going to be like, I wonder if he's got a cutoff in his mind
30.
already.
Yeah, he's 30. I can
He's
see
going
him
to play
playing
4
30
more
to
years.
36, 37.
Yeah.
Nah,
35
34 and he's
tops.
disappearing.
So look,
All right,
so
there you
again,
go,
if
dollar.
he plays 4 more years and he doesn't get another MVP or a championship in those 4 years, we're gonna have a different conversation about his legacy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but there'll be context involved because he'll probably be runner up to all 4
Absolutely.
of those, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely.
All right. Okay, take a
But
quick break. We have more.
nobody gives you anything for second place. But okay.
Just keep it in your mind.
34 minutes seggy, by the way. Look at us.
Wow, look at the records breaking today. We'll be back.
Run it up, run it back.